What's going on, guys? So I wanted to come at you with another recap for my trading challenge here. I made money on the day. I was red, and then I was able to turn it around and turn red day to a green day. And at this moment, I'm basically, I would say, break even when you include commissions. I'm green on the day. Um, but as I said, I was in the hole. I started off pretty bad. Um, I had a short on CIIC. So with this one, it was kind of just me thinking that basically there was going to be a lot of profit taking happening because the stock has gone from uh, basically $10 down, like below $10 to $24 in the last few days, in the last week or so. So in my mind, it was like, okay, this thing's been running. If this thing kind of hits a top today and turns around and is able to fade below the volume weighted average price and hold there, it could provide a nice short opportunity. So this was kind of one of those where I got in right as it broke below VWAP and then kind of held there. I was like, okay, I'm going to short, and I'm going to hold unless it can break above like a significant level. Like as it broke above the volume weighted average price here, it didn't show a lot of strength. It basically just broke, and then it immediately showed resistance and immediately broke down below, and then kind of just traded up and down for a while. So as it came back down below to my closer to my average price where I got in, I basically just sold for like a 17 cents or something loss. So it was basically nothing. It was basically break even on a $22 stock. Um, it was basically like a $10 loss maybe. It wasn't anything significant. Um, but it just kind of set the tone for like crap. All right, I'm already down on the day. And then DPW, I saw this starting to run, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna jump in this. But I was kind of a little late at first. I kind of fell victim to FOMO for a little bit of this entry here. It could have been a lot cleaner for me if I would have just bought on this pullback here. I was kind of watching it, and I just hesitated. It was kind of probably a bad read on my part and a little bit of FOMO because I kind of saw it right in this area here, and I was like, okay, let's see the pullback. And then I seen the pullback, but it was kind of a big pullback, so I was like, oh man, this I don't know if this is going to be good. And then immediately it rips up, and I saw it starting to consolidate, so I thought, maybe I could get in here and catch another move because it seemed like it wanted to keep running, right? So right in this area here, after I seen this, I was like, okay, well, this is kind of keeps running up, consolidation runs up, consolidation, and maybe we'll see another move higher, right? And you see this volume is coming in nice green volume. The red is picking up, but it's nothing, you still have higher green volume, right? So in that thought, I was like, well, if we can see a continuation here, this thing could rip. So I wanted to be in for that, but I also wanted to set my stop really close. So basically I was in at 412, and then as it kind of tried to break above and then failed, I just stopped out for like a 7 cent loss. Again, it was like maybe $15, $10, 10 $15, but it was just kind of a little discouraging when your first two trades of the day are red and you're like, okay, they're small, they're not nothing significant, like down like $20, $30, but you're still like, damn, okay. And I was gonna walk away at that point. I was kind of like, all right, you know what, I think I'm done for the day. I didn't see the clear momentum that I wanted. Everything was being so choppy. You see like DPW, it's like makes these big breakups, then boom, chop down, try to break out, chops it up, and you can see where I made money, made back the money here. So I kind of stepped away in this area. I was kind of, I was going to basically step away for the day, and I was starting to journal my trades. And as I was doing that, I kind of saw DPW starting to pop again. And you can see the volume kind of faded in this area here, which is why I was not really interested in it. But then in this area, I just seen these spikes of volume, a million shares in, so this is like 10 million shares traded within 10 minutes, basically, right? So I was like, okay, this thing is starting to get volatile. People are starting to see it. It's trading above the volume weighted average price. So this thing, we could be looking for a move higher. And in hindsight, if I would have just held this next trade for the next 10 minutes, I would have been, it would have been a huge winner, but that's in hindsight. Afterwards, like, to me, it was like I got in hoping, okay, this is, showing some resistance, but if it can go up and break this resistance here, we might get a short squeeze. We might get, a continuation with some nice volume, because you started to see these huge spikes of green volume coming in. So if we could see a continuation, again, we would have seen a nice move higher. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. So I stopped out again. So now I'm down another, $15-20. So now I'm down $50 on the day, including commissions. I'm probably close down to $70-80. And I was kind of, discouraged again, but I saw DPW consolidate, and then you saw this, these spikes of green volume coming in again, and you saw this descending line of red volume. And that's kind of what really drew me to it, was the fact that this volume in here was starting to really, it was starting to break down, as you can see in this area here. You just have these, these huge red volume here, and then a consolidation, and it starts to go lower. But then as it goes lower, you see the red volume starting to go away. So when you start to see that, you start to know that the shorts are not, confident at shorting at this range. You had people that shorted it, was confident to short it up here, but then as it came down and started to consolidate, you started to get some support here at the 425 level, and that, gave the longs a chance, the bulls a chance to take over, and that's what happened. And you can see in this, reversal right here, you can see this ascending volume of green, and that was my trigger essentially to buy, to get in on this trade here, because I was looking at it, kind of in this area here, and I'm like, all right, I see what's going on. You can see the volume, the red volume fade, the green volume start to rise, and then you see a consolidation, a breakdown. You see some red volume coming in, but at that level, I was thinking, well, I'll get in here. What is it? 459 as it broke the $0.50 and then held above it. I'll get in at 459. My stop will be 425, which is where that resistance level is, this previous resistance level. As I was saying, once this kind of started consolidating, you see the support level around 425, you start to have a clear entry here, with your stop being at the $0.50, or the $0.25, 425, and then you having the chance of this moving up higher, breaking the whole dollar, and then giving you a nice move higher, as it obviously did. And I took profits as it broke the whole dollar mark, around the 504 or 505 mark, and basically at that level you saw it hit a little bit of resistance. So obviously in hindsight I should have held it, and if I would have just held it into this move higher, I could have got a really nice trade. It was still pretty nice. I still got 10% on the trade, so it was still a nice trade, and this trade actually turned me green on the day. So instead of being negative, I ended up green on the day. But like I said, with commissions, I'm probably slightly red. But in terms of trading, I'm green. My P&L is green. So it's always good to have a green day. Sometimes you'll overtrade, as I did today. Obviously if this would have been another loser, it would have been a really bad red day. But because I was able to follow my strategies throughout these previous trades, whereas I was in and out very quickly. It was either breakout or bailout, and they didn't break out in the levels, and the pullbacks in the both of these pullbacks basically instead of pushing higher, failed and actually gave you consolidation lower. So I was basically just waiting for that opportunity, and I was able to calculate exactly where it was going to break out on that level because of this ascending green and descending red volume. So this kind of volume pattern here and the consolidation around this 425 level gave me the confidence to take this trade long, and the perfect idea of where I was going to enter the trade, where I was going to exit the trade if it went against me, which was the $0.25 mark at 425 right here, and where I was going to look to take profit, which was if it broke the whole dollar. Because as it pushed towards the whole dollar, there was resistance, but then it was able to break it cleanly, gave us 505 on the bid, on the ask, and then you started to see a little bit of resistance. It popped down a little bit, popped up. So as it kind of popped down to 502, 501, and then popped back up to 505, I was like, you know what, 10%, that's what my goal is, so I'm going to take my profits as I see them. Turns me green on the day. And obviously, in hindsight, if I would have held, I would have made a nicer move up to 6 and 630, and then I could have basically just taken profits, and it would have been a really nice trade. Unfortunately, I sold a little early, but in hindsight, I still made 10% on the trade, and I still ended up green on the day, even though I had 3 red trades. So I had 3 red trades and 1 green trade, and that 1 green trade was able to make me enough money to be positive on the day and to almost cover the cost of my commissions. So like I said, a little bit red on the day, including commissions, but still a decent day overall. This CIIC is one of those stocks that I just can't figure out. It's been ripping for so long that maybe people are just so confident in it that it's going to keep ripping. But you start seeing these huge spikes of red volume coming in, and I have a feeling it's going to start to fade. But you know what? I'm not going to take the short on it. I'm just going to step away for the day, green, and live again to trade another day. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you learned something, and if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Like, subscribe. Let me know how your day's going and how you guys did, how your PNL is, if you guys are green on the day or red on the day, or how you guys did trading wise. And yeah, maybe we can have some comments. We'll talk, have a discussion, or I can answer any of your questions if you have any. Well, thank you. Have a good day, guys.